My boyfriend of 6 years disappeared when I was out of town. This is an intense story time, so buckle up. I, 32 female, came home Tuesday evening from being away for work for 2 weeks, and my 35-year-old male boyfriend was supposed to pick me up from the airport. But once I got in, I could not get a hold of him, and he never showed up to the airport. Now, I was annoyed but not worried because he said he hadn't slept well the night before and that he was going to go lay down before coming to get me. So I figured he had just fallen asleep, so I called my sister to come get me. When I arrived home, I noticed that his car wasn't in the garage, so I kept texting and I was still getting no response. So I head upstairs to go put my clothes into the closet, and I notice that almost all of his clothes are gone. And at this point, I start to get really freaked out. I call my sister to come over because at this point, I'm not really sure what to do and I don't really know what's going on because he's still not answering. The only thing that is missing is his car and almost all of his clothes. My sister arrives. I have her go into the laptop and I go on his desktop because I know all of the passwords, and we find nothing out of the ordinary. So I start looking into the drawers a little more and I find his iPad in one of the drawers, and so I go on it and I try to investigate and see if I can find anything on there. Again, nothing out of the ordinary. But then my sister suggests that I go on his iPad and try to do the Find My iPhone app on his iPad. And then this is where it gets interesting. When I do the Find My iPhone, his phone is pinging in the next state over. So I start calling and texting again and again, over and over and over, and still no response. Why is he in the state over? Why is he not here? This is where I really start to lose it mentally. I call the police, but they said since it hasn't been long that he left under his own volition, and so they couldn't really do anything. Over the next few days, I continuously look at his location and notice that it is in the exact same spot, a state over. So I take it upon myself to take off the entire next week of work, and me and my sister are going to fly over there and see what's going on since he's not answering any of my texts. And honestly, I'm not sure what to do. So I'm told you guys want some more tea and you're a little bit impatient, but I guess we'll get into it. First of all, I want to preface this and say that you guys should always read the captions of every single video that you watch on the internet, because this in fact is a Reddit story. It's not mine, but I'm going to continue to read it as though it is mine and I'm the person that made it. So here we go. Small edit. I am 5 months pregnant, and when I told him, he was a little reserved, but nothing out of the ordinary for him. And I believe he is a good man, and I don't believe that he would leave me and his unborn child. For whoever suggested that I do a welfare check, you guys are a genius. So that's exactly what I did. I called the department that was near where his phone was pinging, and I said, can you please do a welfare check? I can't get a hold of my boyfriend of 6 years. And they said, sure, we'll do that. And what happened next, I could have never imagined in my wildest dreams. Now, they were not able to make direct contact with him during this welfare check, as he and some old friends went up to the mountains for a couple of days and went hiking. But they were able to get in contact with the old couple that he is currently staying with. And so for the last hour, I was on the phone with the couple, and against his wishes, they told me exactly what's going on. They said that they have known my boyfriend since he was in the 6th grade, and that he dated their daughter all through middle school and all through high school. And towards the end of their senior year of high school, the girlfriend got pregnant and they got engaged. And my jaw is on the floor the entire conversation. I'm just over here like in awe. And I thought that it couldn't get any worse. But I honestly don't even know how to say this, but when the baby was 1.5 years old, they were involved in a drunk driving accident, and unfortunately the child did not make it. Now, according to the couple, apparently my boyfriend blames himself for the entire incident. He said that they should have never been out that night anyways, and ever since then he was completely withdrawn and just a completely different person, which, I mean, I can totally understand. All of this to say that my boyfriend went to a stay over so that he could see his son one more time before he let him go. I'm getting on a plane tomorrow and I'm going over there, and I'm in a state of shock, but I think that, you know, this is my last update. And I just need all the prayers I can get.
Wow. The first part of the story, I thought something completely different. Second part kind of drew me all in together, and maybe it's something he needs to do as a man before he can move forward. I think the way he did it was still a little weird, but I hope they can move forward together. It's still like one of those stories where we're always going to wonder what happened. What do you guys think about this story? Put it in the comment section below.